Now, we're currently in the middle of British Food Fortnight, and many communities across the Solent area are celebrating their food heritage. Wicor Primary School in Portchester is just one of them. The school has its own apiary and an allotment, and pupils have been busy harvesting their produce in time for a food festival. The event puts them in touch with food suppliers and teaches them about sustainability. Nicole Ris has more.
Making risotto with one of Rick Stein's chefs or juicing fresh apples were just some of the activities that were awaiting pupils during Wicor Primary's Harfest. Over the past few years, the school has embedded strong environmental learning resources in the national curriculum. And the food fest allows the children to have a closer look at locally sourced food and sustainability.
Harvest was an idea we had a year ago to try and pull in the local community, food providers, butchers, fishmongers, farmers, retail outlets that were local, Hampshire based, and to connect them up with children, because we wanted children to see experts, to see real people doing real jobs. And we thought the best way to do that is to invite them all onto site on one particular day and get them to talk about, promote and use local resources. Some of the children are cooking, eating, others are foraging, but to show them the links between what we grow locally and what they eat in school. Children live in a community, and I think they should understand and know their community because they're more likely to care about it. On top of that, you've got issues of food sustainability, food miles, local producers needing the community to invest in their businesses. And I think children need to be aware of all these issues. You know, we can't always expect to have bananas when we want them, or avocados or asparagus. We have to start to relearn, I think, our food habits and be a bit more patient, a bit more wise about what we eat and when we eat it. So one of the concepts we teach children is seasonality. So if it's not in season, don't worry about it. Don't eat it unless you've turned it into a chutney or a jam or you've frozen it.
Among other things, the school owns an apiary, a hen coop and an orchard where pupils can learn about the ecosystem. And these areas have made it possible for the children to grow much of the food used at Harfest.
The children learn really the whole life cycle of plants and associated animals that live alongside those plants. So they learn to plant the seed, often collected from somewhere in the grounds. They'll pop that in a pot, but they'll understand that they can't just walk away and that's the end of it. They need to make sure the soil's right, the compost is right, so they learn about different soil types. They learn about the conditions seeds need to grow, and then the journey is just really starting for seed, for the life cycle really of the plant. So they have to water it, nurture it, make sure it's in the right kind of spot. So they learn really how picky and fussy lots of plants are. And then on top of that, they have to make sure it's harvested at the right time, or it's picked, or whatever they want to do with it. And then they obviously use that in their cooking, which they're doing today, a lot of them. And all of that is within our rich ecology. So they learn about the animals that need to be there in order to help their plants live. So they'll learn, for example, that the apples in our orchard will only grow if certain wasps and bees visit the flowers, and without those wasps and bees we have no apples. So they learn actually how different bits of our ecosystem connect up, and if you take away one bit of the ecosystem, it affects quite radically everything else.
Nicole Ris, for That's Solent.